why it is holding up like this. And we are live. Jansen Harris here with the Flying High podcast. Guys, thanks for joining us. I got some of the best guys in the business. I tell you guys this every week. We have Travis, Nate, and Sean. What's up, fellas? We in London.
What's going on? What's going on, everybody?
What's happening, Gavin?
What's up? What's up?
Absolutely great time. We're presented by the Birds of Prey Facebook group. Guys, join that Facebook group. It's one of the best ones out there. Falcons information every day and your future media. Let's talk about this London game. 2 1-3 teams going at it. You have the Atlanta Falcons and the New York Jets. Nate, let's start with you. Are you excited about this game? It's a little early in the morning. Are you excited about it, or you wish it was like a 1 o'clock game or something?
Well, I mean, I'm gonna be up, so I'm kind of 50-50. I'm excited because it's my boys, because I gotta watch my boys. But at the same time, I'm like, what the hell they gonna bring to it? Because at the end of the day, until they put a good product on the field, maybe I will get a little bit more excited. But until then, I'm just watching it because I'm a dirty bird. I got to keep it 100.
Look. Oh, go ahead.
No, that was pretty much it. I mean, I'm excited.
Oh, okay. I was like, man, I'm done interrupting him. My fault.
Oh, no, you did. At the end of the day, like, shoot, I'm a dirty bird. I got to watch my boys win, lose, or draw. That's what I do. But, I mean, it's the Jets. You will sit there and say, on paper, we should win. But being a fan of this current team, you just don't know. You just don't know. So, hey, to be continued, we will concur on this situation come next Wednesday.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Travis, your thoughts on the early London game? Are you happy about it? Or are you like, dang, I got to wake up early? I got mixed emotions about it. How you feel about it, Travis?
Listen, I'm going to wake up early and watch this game because, like Nate said, these are my boys, and I love them to death. But I got to be all the way honest with you guys. I'm about as excited as the Grinch coming to Whoville. That's how excited I am about this game.
Yo, he's kind of excited, though.
Okay. Sean, what
Jets,
about you?
The Jets are coming to steal. That's what I mean by that.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, yeah, that's a nice little point to take.
Man, I'll say this for me. I would have been more excited if we would have won last week. The Washington game, to me, I think it was a bad loss, of course, typical Falcons fashion. We were up 10. I was like, they're going to come back. It's going to be close. And we went 3-0 in that last possession, and the Washington ends up scoring with Taylor Heineke. Not saying he's bad. I figured he would make some good plays because he's mobile. He's a competent quarterback. And he kind of reminds me a little bit, I'm not trying to go into future questions, but him and Zach Wilson, both mobile as well. So I'll just say it could be some comparisons. But as far as being excited for the game, I would have been more excited. Just like everyone's saying here, I'm a diehard Falcons fan. I'll wake up early anyway. You know what I mean? So I'll be up probably a couple hours before the game. But I'm gonna watch the game, of course, cheer him on. But if I'm not mistaken, I don't think we won any London games yet because I remember we played the Lions years ago. We got beat on the last second field goal. Right. I can't remember the other team we played before, but it doesn't usually go well. And Jacksonville as well, right? I think we lost that game too. So, the Falcons, of course, man, it's another week. It would have been better to see potentially 3-2 instead of a 1-3 or a 2-2 or 2-3, whatever it is. But I mean, I'm excited though because of the Falcons.
Yeah.
I feel you on that. Look, I'm excited for the game. I love the London games. I like the little early. You got the 9 o'clock game, then the 1 o'clock game, then the 4 o'clock game, 8 o'clock game. Shoot, I'm excited for it, even though the Jets, they're the Jets. They've been disappointing, and the Falcons pretty much have been the Falcons, been a little bit disappointing. But I'm ready to see because last week I saw a pretty good game, even though the Falcons lost to Washington. It was a pretty good game that came down to the last minute. Hopefully we get a game like that in London. Who is hungry for that second victory? That's the thing right there. Will the Falcons defense be able to step up? Will the Jets defense step up? We'll see what the offense is going to look like. I think these teams are similar because you don't know what to expect. That's how I feel about it. Let's talk about Matt Ryan. Last week, he was phenomenal. He was elite. 25 of 42, 283, 4 touchdown passes. We'll start with you, Travis. What do you expect from Matt Ryan in London against the Jets?
I expect Matt Ryan to come out and pick him apart. That's what I expect. I mean, I expect him to dominate, him being the veteran that he is. Like I said, he just had a great game versus Washington, and unfortunately, like I said, we dropped it at the end, but I expect him to come out and do what he do. You know, he should be able to pick the Jets apart. I just hope the offensive line hold up, but I expect him to play well. That's what I expect.
Okay. Sean, do you expect Matt Ryan to have another great game? I felt like this was Ryan's clearly best game of the season. He looked as great as his supporters always say he looks, right? But I think he really showed out last week. How do you feel Matt Ryan will play against the Jets?
Yeah, I don't think he'll have as good as a game. I think if I'm gonna say statistics, I say around 230, 240 yards, couple touchdowns, maybe interception. And I think really because you got a motivated Jets team was coming off a win, sacked the guy 7 times last week. You know, we know offensive line has kind of been our issues, or the Falcons' issues. So, I think I don't expect it to be Matt Ryan, having a spectacular game once again. Not saying he won't have a solid one, but also we got to give credit's due. Cordell Patterson was the MVP to me last week for the team because not saying Matt Ryan didn't play bad or anything, but Cordell Patterson made some really good catches as well. We seen what he could do running the football. I wanted to text you guys in the chat, man, but I was so invested in just watching everything, every single play, man, because Cordell was balling. And I'm so glad that we got him. I know we talked about that in the offseason. So I think the Jets are going to try to key in on him. There was wherever he goes, let's make sure, we key in on him and take him out the way. Not saying they will, but, I don't see Matt Ryan having as great as a game, but I still think he'll have a solid game, maybe around 240, 250 yards because I'm just nervous about that Jets defensive line, really, which is why I'm saying that. So,
Nate, we'll end with you on this one. Matt Ryan, your expectations for him in London?
I'm going to go out on a limb and say he's going to continue his progress. He's going to show, as long as the offensive line keep progressing in the way they've been doing. Jalen Mayfield been getting baptized, but I've been really impressed, especially against, you expected Chase Young just to wreak havoc, but they had him pretty much under control. So with that being said, you take away one person, you ain't got to worry. You got to worry about, Deron Payne, Juwan Howard, all this net. So with the Jets defense, I'm not going to sit there and they legit, they okay. They're pros, but I'm not going to sit there and put them on a pedestal with the Washington Redskins front four. With that being said, as long as our offensive line take care of themselves, you can only do so much against Cordell Patterson. I still don't think they can control this man. I think this man is on a mission to solidify himself as what he should have been from going from different organizations to another. He should have had a multi-million-dollar contract with multiple teams, but for some reason he was blessed with it. I'm glad he's with us. He makes Matt Ryan's job a whole lot easier. Just hope we can just keep this trend. I see Matt Ryan picking apart this defense, this Jets defense. I really do.
I think it could go either way, fellas. I'm not going to lie. I think Ryan does throw a solid 2 touchdown passes. But, look, the Jets pass rush, I don't know if there's just something in the water, if they just change things, if it's going to be a confidence thing. But I think they could get a rush up the middle a little bit. I think Ryan does throw an interception. But I think he'll be efficient. Maybe not as good as he was against Washington. But in London, I think Ryan will play okay. Let's look at some of the comments. I'm saying, is Calvin really going to go off? That's some of the questions.
Oh my goodness,
he's a top 10 receiver, isn't he?
I think Kevin Ridley he's gonna come back and play motivated this game. He won't have a chip on his shoulder, especially after
everybody got to come back motivated, my dude.
Yeah, after those drop passes, those drop balls, he's gonna come back like a man possessed this week. I gotta believe that he got to this week. I
see
believe,
him.
He gonna make
Kyle Pitts, Zacchaeus. I mean,
Yeah.
we got the weapons to move up and down the field against anybody. When it comes to us getting fault or stopping, it's always going to be up on us, no matter what. Nobody can basically stop us but ourselves. And when we have self-inflicting penalties, self-inflicting wounds, drop passes, pass interference on offense, this and that, who is hurting us? The defense? No, they can't stop us. But we're going to sit there, us being typical Falcon fans, we're going to sit here and help the defense out to sit there and just get us off the field. That's my whole point on that. Continue.
All right.
Frustration.
Look, Cordero Patterson, I'm not going to lie, man. He's really been balling out. He's been real. It's been shocking to me. So I got to give him a lot of credit. Look, we got a Jets fan in here. JETS, Jets. I haven't shouted that in a while. Maybe we will in the score prediction. We'll see. Last week, we just talked about it. The Jets got the 7 sacks. Look, the Falcons' offensive line has problems. I thought they played well last week. But, Nate, explain me to this first. How are they going to, especially that interior line, how are they going to block this Jets front four and stop the Jets from having the success that they had against the Titans?
I mean, it's what we've been doing. I mean, we've been basically setting the tone when it comes to our run game. I mean, when it comes to sacks, we don't allow it. Our pass, but if for some reason we basically allow unnecessary pressure, for the most part, we've been solid. We just need to. It's always going to be up to us, no matter what. So if Hennessy and Mayfield, which is our main culprit when it comes to pressure, you got to take away our whole X factor this week is what? Quentin Williams. Okay, you eliminate him. Then who else you got to worry about? It's a bunch of unknowns. I don't know Jets like that. But at the same time, I'm not going to sit there and call them scrubs or call them, they ain't got nobody. But if you allow a bunch of unknown players to disrupt, it is what it is. Like, we just got to always control the line of scrimmage. That's our main focal point. And we got to run the ball regardless. And I believe that we can.
Travis, do you think this Falcons offensive line, and look, when I look at it sometimes, I feel like they play soft. I thought they were physical last week. What do they need to do to maybe punch that Jets defensive line in the mouth and stop that momentum? Because the Jets, this team isn't used to winning, but we saw a lot of pressure. Somebody just mentioned CJ Mosley. First of all, I want to say this. It's refreshing seeing guys know Jet players. Okay, CJ Mosley coming, doing his thing. But back to that, Travis. How are the Falcons going to be able to slow down this Jets pass rush? Because, again, Jets bad team. But last week, a lot of success against the Titans. A lot of people picking the Titans to make a deep playoff or maybe even Super Bowl. What does this offensive line the Falcons need to do, Travis?
Well, like I say, first of all, I would say, first off, start Cordell Patterson. That's number one. That guy is a playmaker. He's been all over the field, and he's the best player on the field when he's on the field, seems like to me. Start him, get that offensive line in check. If they keep playing like they've been playing pretty consistent here the last couple of weeks. We've been going up against some strong fronts almost every week. So if we play Washington like we did, I think we'll be all right versus the Jets. But Jets ain't no slouch, man. They got a strong front seven too. Like you say, somebody mentioned CJ Mosley, the linebacker. He's a beast too. And like I said, that line, they legit too. So it'll be just like playing Washington all over again. They legit, man. Like, they ain't nothing to sleep on. We gotta run the ball, play physical, play ball control, play keep away, and just wear them out, man. Be physical with them. And as far as they pass rush, do a lot of screen passes, spread them out, try to take away from their pass rush. You know what I mean? To keep them from just rushing in all reckless.
Yeah.
That's what I see.
Absolutely. Don't sleep on Marcus Mays, though. Marcus Mays from Florida. Yeah, boy, is nice.
Yeah, don't sleep on the Jets, man. I'm telling you. This is gonna be a battle. I'm telling y'all. It's gonna be a battle.
Yep, that's one thing I will say about the Jets. All the miserable years that they've had, you could always sprinkle in a couple pretty good defensive players. Though always the problem is when it's time for them to get paid, that's when the Jets are like, oh no, we're not going to do it. And somebody just said Marcus May is out. I think Marcus May just got locked up too for a DUI. Unfortunately, I don't know if that's the main reason he is out.
Thing we got to worry about, players. So
there you go. There you go. I see y'all a little happy. Like, all right. Well, there goes one of their best defensive player, right? It's always something with the Jets. Like I said. Now, Sean,
I behind CJ
and that's bad to where we got to depend on a player to be out in order to hope for a win. That's bad.
You know what I'm saying? Like, damn.
That's bad. So bad.
Now, Sean, are you confident that this Falcons offensive line will be physical? They just seen a Washington team that had a pretty good defensive line. I thought they were good enough. Okay. They always get criticized, but they did a good job. Do you see that carrying into this game against the Jets in London? I don't know how much that means. Like if guys are going to play different in London, if the air is different, the weather, I don't know. But do you see that offensive line having success?
I mean, yeah, it depends on the, I feel like with Arthur Smith, seeing the tape from last week against the Titans, against his former team as well, I might add, obviously Jets got 7 sacks. And it's not always just about the sacks. That's the fact that they got to the quarterback, got him on the ground, but it's knockdowns, it's hits, it's getting pressure. So I think it depends on the game plan. The reason I remember you guys talked last week about, I said that Kyle Pitts should have a breakout game because I imagine Washington getting more pressure. So I'm thinking they're going to get the ball out quick. Throw it to your tight end, throw it to Hurts, throw it to Pitts. That's one of the reasons I said that. So I imagine possibly the same thing this week with the Jets having a good defensive line and whatnot, and us kind of struggling sometimes with protection. But I also think as well, just like Travis said, it's about developing a good run game, because, Mike Davis hasn't really had – I remember the first drive in the Eagles, that was probably his best series, of the season, and our offense looked pretty good the first drive against the Eagles. Although we got 3 points, we'd run the ball really effective, you know what I mean? But since then, we haven't really seen, us having a consistent run game. And, when you have to run the game, then you can have to play action. You have to play action now. Matt Ryan looks more comfortable. You know what I mean? So you don't want to be one-dimensional. So I think it's really about somehow trying to establish a run game. I think Mike Davis is still good. I like him since college. Cordell Patterson definitely is the playmaker. I like trying to go back and forth, you know what I mean? Because when Cordell is on the field, you got to always take account for him. He don't always have to be in the backfield, but, whatever you need to do. So I like it trying to go with both ways. I think it's important for the Falcons to be successful is getting a run game, because if you don't have a run game, they even try to throw Felipe. This came in my head. They try to throw Felipe Franks to throw it up a little, just switch it up a little bit, and a read option kind of like a Taysom Hill thing because they want to explore more because the run game isn't working. So you throw a wrench in there to see if it can work, see do something different. So I think with Arthur Smith even trying that out, he'll try to he'll say okay, we got to be more successful somehow in the run game. So I expect the Falcons to be more dependent on that this week than any other week with the run game to help out with the offensive line play as well.
Great take, guys. Again, we are sponsored by Your Future Media. Also, join the Birds of Prey Facebook group. That's the best Atlanta content out there, guys. I'm being serious. Go join that group. Join the conversation. Guys are doing a great job. It's Snoopy. You actually beat me to the next question. You must be reading my mind. You're talking about you think that Pitts will have a breakout game. We have nothing really to cover him. And Snoopy, what's up, man? Jets fan as well, too. He'll dominate Sunday. Look, it's Snoopy, right? We'll start with you, Sean. Do you see Kyle Pitts having a breakout game? I ask because, to me, the way he was promoted as the unicorn, generational talent,
Right.
He could do it all. I don't know, man. I'm not hitting him bad. It is early, but I'm just not feeling it yet. He's all right.
Yeah. No, definitely, man. I mean, like I said last week, it depends on the matchups. I do. I want to see that breakout game. He had a couple receptions last week, against Washington. But I mean, I want to see that. He's essentially replacing Julio. That's why we drafted him, to be honest. If we would have had Julio, maybe they still have Kyle Pitts, maybe not though. But the Falcons felt comfortable drafting him because Julio is departure. You know what I mean? And he looks like a receiver. He doesn't really look like a tight end. He looks more slim than a Kelsey and Kittle. Those guys still have more weight on them. So I mean, I'm not regretting the pick or anything, but I do want to see. I wouldn't mind this being a breakout game. And like I said before, because of the pressure, he doesn't even really line up in the tight end position now that I think about it. But I expect them to try to get the ball out quick. So I can see this being a breakout game for Kyle Pitts. I would like to see it. I want to see that explosiveness. People were saying he's the best player in the whole draft completely. And yeah, so far no touchdowns yet, a couple grabs here and there, but I definitely want to see it. And hopefully it's a breakout game is what I'm saying. I hope it is.
Nate, do you see a breakout game for Kyle Pitts, this generational talent? That's what he's dubbed at. Do you see him breaking out in London?
The only thing I can honestly admit and say is we waiting on that breakout game. We don't know what game it's going to be. Every week we just hope it's that breakout game. On paper, he looked like he should break out. I mean, move him inside, outside. I mean, he's like you say, he's supposed to be this unicorn. We've seen different spurs here and there that you somewhat see that quintessential player, that generational talent, like Sean said, the best player in the draft. But we just don't see it consistent. He can be on the sideline, or Matt Ryan, or the play don't even go his way. We just hope, as Falcon fans, we want to see that 10 catch, maybe $150, 3 touchdowns. I mean, 6'6", 240-something pounds. Easy. 4.4 speed. This man should be lighting up the league.
At least in the red zone, man.
Exactly. So, I mean, it's like you hope it's this game, but until I see it, I can't speak on it. I just hope it's to be continued. That's all I can sit here and say. Be continued.
Travis, is it the unicorn, Kyle Pitts, a breakout game in London?
This should be the breakout game, man, because if you can't have a breakout game versus the Jets, who can you have it against? You know what I mean? Like, this is the team to have it. I mean, if you can't have it in this game, when is it going to be the breakout game? I mean, I don't get it. Like, him and Matt Ryan should light it up.
He had one against Washington, but that's just me.
Yeah, but like I said, he should light it. Him and Matt Ryan should light it up, man. And I want to see, like I say, Hayden Hurst. This should be the tight game, really. They should light it up, man. Both of them together. They should light this up. They should challenge their linebackers, light it up. And like I said, when Sean was saying about the red zone a while ago, yeah, he should have a big red zone day, but y'all know and I know this is where Matt Ryan struggles in the red zone. We have a problem in the red zone. So that's the issue. So, and I don't understand that at all.
Yeah, I see Kyle Pitts having some success out there. I think the first quarter he'll get a touchdown catch, maybe even 2 touchdowns. Maybe not 2 in the quarter, 2 in the game. He'll get his first one in the first quarter, and then maybe 1 in the third. Guys, let's go to the predictions. Jets, Falcons in London. This is technically a big game because it's in London, right? 2 teams, 1-3, hungry for that second victory. That's how we're going to promote it, right? Sean, let's start with you. Who's going to win the game, and what's your score prediction?
It's bad, man. I'll say it's a toss-up every week with the Falcons. I was surprised they beat the Giants. I'll say this. I always say this. The Falcons have talent to compete against anyone, but they can always lose against anyone too. And I mean that. I've been saying that since 2014. They have the talent to compete against anyone, but we know they can lose against anyone as well. Unfortunately, you can say that for every team, but it's some with the Falcons. They play to their competition. So I'm gonna say the Falcons, man. I'm gonna say 22-23. I got them winning against the Jets. I think it's gonna come down to Koo. He's our other MVP. I think we'll win the game on that off a field goal.
Nate, your score prediction for this Jets versus Falcons game.
Ooh, why'd you come to me? I would have rather heard Travis, but give me a little bit of time to think about this. You know what?
Uh-oh.
I've been going to limb, and I think I think the defense is going to redeem itself and play amongst each other. They're not going to allow, and they're going to take advantage of a young rookie quarterback. I'm hoping, like I always do, but I literally think our veteran core is going to stand up. So I'm going to go on a limb and say 30-14 Falcons.
Wow, 30-14 Falcons. Sean got the Falcons. Travis, you got the Falcons this week. And what's your score?
I got the Falcons, man. Listen, this is a must-win. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. This is a must-win. 28-24, Falcons, and I think it's a shootout though. But like you say, the wild card is Zach Wilson with him running around with his legs. That's what we're gonna have to really watch for. That's what kills us is running quarterbacks. That's what kills us. But we're gonna have to contain on the outside. When we rush control, don't just over rush and let him get outside of our rush. We're gonna have to really watch him because he's the one that's gonna beat us if anybody's gonna beat us with his legs. So that's what I'm worried about. But I think we pull it out 28-24.
Okay, you guys, look, we heard the predictions. Nate is what they always do on the shows. Nate is on the Falcons. Sean's on the Falcons. Travis on the Falcons. And I'm picking. Look, I'm done with it. I picked the Falcons every week this week, except for the Tampa Bay game. I wasn't that crazy. I got the Jets, man. And who's the second for it? It's Jay.
I'm gonna say you better pick the Jets. That's your squad. You better
I
pick
got
the
the
Jets.
Jets.
Jensen, I was going to take the Jets, but I just had to really just think about it. Like,
Look, 24-21. Zach Wilson's going to make a mistake. It's just, will the Falcons defense capitalize? It doesn't look like they want to. The Falcons will probably be up until the fourth quarter. 5 minutes left. That's when Zach Wilson is going to make some crazy play. Maybe the down before he should have threw a pick, but they'll find a way to win. If Heineke can look good, Wilson, you should feel confident too. And that Jets defensive line,
and that's probably what's going to happen too. That's probably what's going to happen too.
Myers, I think, can get to the quarterback. Huff is playing well. Williams, this is a feast game for the Jets. Look, the Jet fans are thinking the same thing. If not the Falcons, then when else are we going to win another game? So I just right. It's going to be a field goal game. You're going to see an offense in the Jets struggle at times, and where you like Wilson really threw that pass, and you're going to see the Falcons on defense do some boneheaded things, like maybe drop AJ Terrell might do it again, drop an easy interception. Somebody's going to do something. But at the end of the game, for some way, somehow, you're going to see the Falcons offense self-destruct or big sack when they're in field goal. Something is going to happen. And Wilson is going to make something out of nothing. I got the Jets. And I don't even think it's a fanboy pick because I usually pick against the Jets. I don't think I picked the Jets in one game this year so far. Maybe against the Patriots. That was really dumb. But yet, they won last week. I think they built off momentum. Guys, love the picks. Birds of Prey, guys, join that Facebook group. I've been saying it all day, all week. I've been telling a lot of people this. Join the Facebook group. Travis and Nate, they've done a heck of a job running it. If you want to join the team, this is the fastest rising Falcons podcast. Got some of the best guys in the business. Sean Fowler, Travis, Nate, hit us up. We need some social media help. We need some people to come on the show and tell me that I'm crazy or I'm saying something that's just, I don't know.
Shoot, any of
great show tonight, guys.
Any of us, you're not alone, dog.
Listen, let me reiterate though. Like I said, this is a must-win. We have to win this game. Falcon fans out there, Falcons, we have to win this game. This is a must-win. If we lose this, it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Yo, how you think I said 34-14 or 30-14? We got to. We got to
redeem. Nate, I hope that happens, Nate. I really do. I'm hoping on this end. I really am.
I'm gonna say if it happens, I'm not even gonna say that. You will never hear me say, I told you so.
And absolutely, look, guys, next week you will see reactions from the Jets and Falcons game in London. Check out Travis, Nate, Sean, and myself. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. Everybody have a blessed night.
And I want to say this before we end this. I want to say this. Yeah, last thoughts. I want to say this. If we get beat by a 13-year-old quarterback, I know something, man. Because that Wilson look like he about 13. Seriously.
He don't even
look like a grown man yet.
He look 11 like one.
That's all I'm going to say.
He does.
You heard it from him. They don't want to lose to a 13-year-old quarterback. Everybody have a great night.